Good day and welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you're having a great day. I think we're getting close to this Ryujin quest being done. For liking, much appreciated. Morning, Bonesy. How are you? All right. So we're getting close. We gotta go rest the mole. This ship that they show here, the Frontier, kind of like an awkward shape for a ship to me. Oh, you're sick from work?
You are our guest.
Stephanie, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. One of the executive offices here. Who doesn't love going to the executive offices? How was my day? At work. It was pretty good. Busy, busy, busy.
This says something, does it not? That the executives wish to have everyone else physically beneath them?
Did I have for dinner? I had stew.
Good. You're right on time. I re-evaluated all the evidence. It took every resource I had, but the final answer is clear. Ularu is the mole.
So this clears Imogen of wrongdoing. Good.
In due time. I'll be reaching out, but right now we need her to remain in hiding. Yes, you made the right call. I've briefed
Oh,
Masako and discussed her plans on handling this. While we both agree Ularu is guilty, we need irrefutable evidence before presenting this to the board. For now, we lead everyone to believe that Imogen was the mole, and the situation was dealt with.
I can understand the need for deception, but it does come at quite a cost.
Imogen is a resourceful woman. I have no doubt she's in a safe house of her own design. In fact, she probably sees this as a paid vacation. My guess is she's lounging on a couch somewhere, binging all those movies she hasn't had time to watch. Good. Keeping Ularu in the dark is the key to taking her down. Masako has tasked Ularu with writing the program to bring down Infinity Ltd. We believe she'll take the chance to incriminate Masako within the program, so this could provide the evidence we're looking for. You will be tasked with the assignment to infiltrate Infinity, so before you go, I want you to bring that program to me. If I can't find hidden code on a single slate, I certainly deserve to be fired. Ularu
that sounds like a good dinner.
she can hide here. Plus, she'll have no reason to believe anyone will be looking in the first place. Then we'll have to find another way to build a case against Ularu. And it won't be easy. Good. Once Ularu believes she's properly deflected any suspicion, I've no doubt she'll be bold enough to hide something within whatever program she writes. Now, let's attend a meeting.
You are our guest.
Ben, thank you for liking. Except for I already accused her of it. You think she'd be suspicious of that?
So much work to do.
We called you all together to discuss a recent security breach. We discovered a mole within the company who leaked vital information about Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd.
You've got to be kidding me.
Just don't tell me it's Vina. I think we've all noticed she's not here.
Before you speculate any further, no, it's not Vina. The guilty party is Imogene Salzo, much to my disappointment. Our operative here obtained the evidence to confirm it.
Dalton, how does something like this happen?
Imogene is highly trained. Ularu can even speak to that. We demand the best. So that's the threat we deal with.
I may have well-trained operatives, but security is your responsibility, Dalton. This is a huge failing on your part.
I accept the responsibility, but let's not forget. The mole has already been exposed and dealt with.
Of course, thanks to another of my operatives. Watch me.
Imogene's been dealt with, so bickering is pointless. All I care about is reacquiring our property and what this might be costing us financially.
Vina is completing the internal neuroamp prototype as we speak. Our operative will receive the implant, infiltrate Infinity Ltd, and obtain any and all research. I have it on good authority. The experimentations they've done to replicate the missing pieces of our work have resulted in fatalities.
Botched human trials and murder for hire? You don't bounce back from that. At least not with Infinity's legal team.
If I may make a suggestion, we should give this evidence to David at SSNN. It's the best neutral method of releasing this information to the general public.
That'd make my job easier.
David it is, then.
Masako, the internal neuroamp is ready if you want to send down the candidate.
I hope you're ready for this. And that's precisely why I know we can count on you. Vina will be waiting for you in the neuroamp division in R&D. Once you're done, meet me in my office. Be ready to discuss the details of your next assignment.
All right. This company's a bit shady overall. I don't know. Imogene might still be in trouble.
My company's future might be riding on this deal.
Roast beef and potatoes are great this time of year, aren't they?
Are you sure you're okay?
Ryujin has certainly taken time to craft an appearance for itself.
Double check those measurements are right. Anesthesia always makes me nervous.
I am still surprised they have not been completely outlawed.
Hey there. Ah, here's my lucky candidate. I hope you're ready to embark on one amazing journey. The internal neuroamp is basically the next leap in our line of influential amplifiers.
You are our guest.
Maverick, thank you for liking.
Meaning you can heavily influence another person's thoughts and actions. Technically, that remains to be seen. It's not legal, but those decisions will be left.
You like and love Taylor Swift.
Neither you nor me. Oh yeah, it gives Ryujin Industries a huge advantage over the competition. So, are you ready to get started? Neurosurgery is my specialty. I've performed more operations than I can count on a wide variety of brains.
How come you didn't come on Thanksgiving?
I'm overqualified. Really, I could do this in my sleep. Yes, I always love a willing subject. Now, just a few details before we begin. Obviously, we'll be putting you under. I'll be making a small incision in the back of your skull where the internal neuroamp will be fitted.
I gotta have
The
a
whole procedure should only take 3 to 4 hours.
implant
with
that
no
makes
downtime
me
after.
able to
Provided
influence
that Marcus got
people
everything
easier.
measured correctly.
Did I not just say I quadruple checked the numbers?
You know I'm just giving you a hard time. Besides, I've got to make sure my patient is reassured. There's little to no risk, assuming your brain is typical and you don't have any adverse reaction to the anesthesia. First sign of trouble, we back out and start evaluating other candidates. Of course. We've got, what, 5 PhDs between the two of us?
6.
You want to get the implant?
All I'm saying is that you're in good hands. Now, just lie down on the table once you're ready, and we should be good to go.
I think, what was it, Sunday was Thanksgiving?
Calculation, then we will speak again soon.
You are our guest.
God, thank you for liking.
Oh, not there. Okay, how about
Thank you
here?
for sharing,
That feels
too.
good.
Started.
So on Monday? Yeah, no, the other long weekend was on Sunday.
Well, well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing. It's good to see you again. So, how are you feeling? You look good? Huge success. No surprises, no signs of rejection. You were the ideal subject. Now, we just keep our fingers crossed and hope no unknown side effects come creeping in later. That's exactly what we want. Just a couple quick notes before using the internal neuroamp. First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary, so be prepared if you use it in a combat situation. Let's just say it varies based on the user. Some people have greater mental capabilities than others, which would increase the duration. Now that's something to talk to the drone engineers about. Now let's test this sucker out. DeMarcus has graciously volunteered for science, he says. our preliminary testing was rigorous enough that there's little to no risk involved here. The biggest unknown was finding the perfect compatible alloy for the implant. We've had the tech itself working externally for quite some time. Please, we're not Infinity. We believe in due diligence when it comes to tech like this. But, just in case something does go wrong, we've got him locked up in the test chamber. DeMarcus loves being hands-on and experiencing things on his own. It's probably why he's the second most published scientist here, after me. Just head up the stairs nearby to the observation deck.
Alright, we're gonna test our abilities here.
Warning. This unit is not suited for
Oh, not there. Okay, how about here?
Thank you
Ooh,
for
that feels
sharing,
good.
Maverick. Here, yes. So it says press LB to open your scanner and target the person you want to manipulate. Press A. Bring up your social skills. Once the person has been manipulated, select the object you want them to interact with. Hover your cursor over the target, press A, bring up your social skills. But fail a social skill, your target will be immune to all attempts. There we go.
As an observer, the effect is quite unnerving. It is hard not to immediately worry about the implications.
Oh my god, that was incredible. What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it! I can hardly wait to finish writing up my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
So what do
I'll
you
be keeping myself
research
under
and
constant
develop
surveillance
up
now.
here anyway?
I'm curious
I've always
if
wondered.
any other side effects may
Name a
manifest.
Ryujin product and someone up here is probably working on it. The crown jewels.
Watch
the
your
Neuroamp
hands.
division,
Lots of
though,
delicate
obviously.
equipment around here.
Ah, so that's why there are so many other guards on this floor.
So,
Yeah?
tell me all about it.
Management's
How did it
going
feel?
pretty
Any side
paranoid
effects?
about corporate spies lately. If anyone else got
Some of the shopping stores already put up Christmas. Yeah, Costco has Christmas stuff already.
Well, I'd leave that up for Alexis and Lyndon to decide. Compensation's not really my thing. Yes! Good. Hear that, DeMarcus? That's 2 for 2 now.
I heard. It really was fascinating how all I experienced was a moment of disorientation. It's truly remarkable tech. Those are the kind of edge cases that I let the board work out. Obviously, tech like this is going to come.
I don't know, in
with
December?
red tape.
Not even Halloween yet.
Not at all. But I can imagine if I experienced disorientation like that, but regained my awareness in another room, it could be a bit jarring. We'll definitely be running some more tests in the future, though. So many situations to account for. When it comes to your job, you bet it does. Besides, the neuroamp isn't total control. If a subject's morals or beliefs in something are strong enough, we still see points of failure. That being said, it's been interesting to discover the actions our subjects sanction in their own minds.
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential of this,
Yeah, I watched a movie the other day.
Created, Masako wants to see you. It sounds like you have an assignment to complete, and DeMarcus and I have a lot of notes to record.
I watched Dungeons and Dragons. It was pretty good. I didn't mind it. Wonder if that counts as a skill in here. Oh yeah, I do have it down here. We're gonna get 4 more points. You missed. There's a lot of movies to watch. I don't know if Stephanie noticed, but on YouTube I posted a Animal Crossing clip.
Good, you're here. I wasn't sure how accurate Vina's promise of no downtime was going to be.
Let's just hope her promise of no brain damage holds true as well.
Now that you've been outfitted with the internal neuroamp, it's time to put that tech to work. We're sending you into Infinity Ltd. Lucas Drexler is about to learn exactly why you don't steal from Ryujin Industries. All right. Yuko has provided a layout of Infinity Ltd. You have 2 options for this assignment. We'll be providing you with the means for both. Option A, you gain entry through their maintenance access on the roof. Option B, we give you an assigned identity and arrange a meeting for you. Option A, you need to remain under the radar the entire time. Option B, you have a slight cover that may give you the opportunity to talk your way to your objectives. Of course not. The meeting is just a legitimate way in. Once inside, you'll be led to a waiting room where your host will be running late. That's your opportunity to make
Option
your way
B.
to either the executive floor or R&D. Of course not. The meeting is just a legitimate way in. Once inside, you'll be led to a waiting room where your host will be running late. That's your opportunity to make your way to either the executive floor or R&D. Just hope those acting skills don't get you caught or killed. Now, depending on your preference, you'll either find yourself in the maintenance hallway or the marketing department. From there, you have 3 targets. First, you have Lucas Drexler's computer, located in his office on the executive floor.
I'm like James Bond.
Second is Faye Sengsavan's computer in research and development. And third, you need to obtain the prototype they are working on, also in R&D.
As you can see, you've several floors to traverse, so I hope you're prepared for an adventure.
You'll only have free range on the marketing floor. Infinity may be cheap, but they know at least some level of security is needed in this business. That's what we're counting on. Now, I had Ularu create a program that you need to run on both Lucas and Faye's computers. I'll let her explain the details.
You see, once we expose Infinity Ltd., all of their data is
You
going
think
to
so,
have
eh?
intense scrutiny.
You
only
are our
know about
guest.
their mercenary hires and unauthorized human trials, but Project Dominion needs to remain confidential. I've created an overseer program that will gather all the evidence we need, and at the same time delete anything relating to Ryujin and the internal neuroamp. Anyone who comes forward
I saw some posters at a poster shop there, and they had BTS posters.
You are our guest.
They all know career suicide when they see it. As for Lucas himself, if he wants to speak up and add corporate theft to his laundry list of crimes,
Yod and Nguyen, thank you for liking.
leave him.
It is best to keep the public unaware of such a device.
If the media were to draw their own conclusions, I'm certain they'd just create a panic among people. Controlling the narrative is of the utmost importance.
Understood.
No, we don't want to mess on this one. A body count will only distract from what we're trying to accomplish here. In fact, unless they're a master at being one with the shadows, I'd suggest you leave your friend behind. Lower the risk. Simon Rychek provided some useful info on how to evacuate civilians from the building. I'm sure you remember him from Sidonia. Infinity's maintenance crew is understaffed. It's only a matter of time.
Good
before
evening.
packages go unchecked and they have a massive issue on their hands. Once that pressure becomes too much, every floor in the building is going to suffer from gas leaks, setting off an automated alarm to evacuate the building. Simon was able to get a passcode for
Yeah,
you to
that's the
access
one.
their system's computer, so you can force the heating system to fail. I'm told security has masks to handle the situation, so the guards will still be stationed in the building. It's also possible they'll activate their building's defense system as well. You may run into a few automated turrets, so you'll still want to try and stay out of sight. If the information Simon provided is accurate, you can reach the control systems through a computer located in the maintenance area. It's a pretty convenient stop if you enter in through the roof access. I'd highly advise you use it. This assignment isn't the time to test your
Did you watch it?
The only thing you're out there to prove is that you can get this job done. We're also issuing you an operative suit. It should help reduce their ability to detect you.
Ooh, an operative
These
suit.
are typically reserved for the senior ranks, but we want to reduce as much risk as possible. Please, you're an exception. But we can talk promotion after you pull off this assignment.
You really ask what the plot of the movie Barbie is? Go watch it. Well, technically there is one, but I mean, you know. You're gonna watch Blue Beetle.
And that's what we're hoping for. If you can pull this off, even I'll be impressed.
Once you've run the Overseer program and obtained the prototype, your final step is to deliver the slate to David Barron at the SSNN field office. If he asks questions, feel free to give him just enough information to pique his interest, but no mention of Ryujin or who you are. SSNN is used to anonymous tips. They'll do whatever verifications they deem necessary on their own to confirm the story. Ularu assured me it's safe.
The Overseer program will purge itself once its primary function is complete. The only thing left on that slate will be proof of Infinity's crimes.
Do I find when I'm playing Disney that it's glitchy? It's not too bad. I mean, you know, I keep the amount of stuff on the ground pretty minimal. I don't have a lot of junk out usually. Because I imagine that doesn't help any.
It doesn't matter what he believes. David's first move will be to verify the information you provide. Once he receives confirmation, which he will, he'll see it as his duty to report the news.
What about Oppenheimer? Oppenheimer's thought is about them setting up the nuclear bomb. Or the hydrogen bomb, rather, I guess.
It certainly will, and we'll have front row seats. So, any final questions before you go? You'll be restricted to the marketing floor. An appointment is not a free pass. You have the ability to manipulate others. If someone's in your way, you could get them to move. If someone has a keycard, that means you have a keycard. The possibilities here are really up to you. Depending on whether or not you evacuate the building, you'll mostly be looking at security guards, much like we have here. You may encounter an automated defense system in the form of turrets as well, so be careful. Good luck, and be sure to report directly back to me when you return.
I don't think a virus caused the
Your assignment's
glitch. Probably
passcode,
just too much
your
stuff.
operative suit, the Overseer program, and your cover identity. Your cover ID card is encoded with roof entry and elevator access, so that's your ticket in, either way. Don't screw this up, Skylar Lumen.
Oh, my spy name is Skylar Lumen. Why would I wear that? Today, the rocks he broke yesterday on the top level of the castle don't respond and reset. And my flowers are not shiny. Did you try watering them? That's weird. I don't know. I play on a different system than you too, though. Don't forget. You can always ask Timothy about how much his thing glitches, because he's playing on the Nintendo Switch as well. Maybe it just has a little more problems or something.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Where do I go?
They know how to make a client feel welcome up here.
Where's Timothy? I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while now, actually. Stephanie talked to him though. Who knows? Maybe he went somewhere for Thanksgiving. Jacobs is my shirt. It's a company in Borderlands, the video game.
Do you have the program? With pleasure. So, let's take a look. Aha. The decryptions hit a snag. There's definitely something here. This is exactly what we needed. According to this code, Ularu intended to plant false evidence that would show Masako was working with Lucas. The moment you launched the Overseer program, a series of fabricated communication files would have been uploaded to the Infinity LTD network. One of them even frames Masako for encouraging Lucas to push for early human trials. I'm going to copy the necessary files off this slate and issue you a new one. I want to keep this one intact, so Ularu can't dispute it. All right.
Oh, he caught that lady trying to frame the other lady.
Finally have the evidence we need to prove Ularu's guilt.
Then it is time we use it.
There's no doubt. Should you have even noticed the upload, the program itself is designed to ignore any stop commands. It would have been too late. This evidence is indisputable. To deny it would be to admit involvement. And then we'd have a much larger problem on our hands.
SOS says save our souls.
Without that falsified evidence, Ularu is in for a big surprise. I fully expect she'll be eagerly awaiting SSNN's broadcast, anticipating Masako to be accused alongside Lucas Drexler. Here's the new slate with the revised Overseer program. Let's get this assignment finished the right way.
So if you're stuck on an island, a lot of times people write SOS. You remember that's different for you? You think I'll succeed in framing this person?
You have my attention. You will be lost without me, but as you wish.
I'd do another spy mission. It's better to go in by myself. She doesn't get spotted, you know. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. So I have my corporate convincing suit, which is good for 10% persuasion. I also have 25% harder to detect once I'm sneaking around. You want to be a spy agent? It'd be rough to be a spy agent in the real world. Yeah, they all have spies, I'm sure.
We don't get very many visitors.
For save, eh?
It really makes the day crawl by. Hello. Did you have an appointment with us today?
My name is Skylar. Lumen.
Ah, yes. From Lumen Interactive. The elevator here will take you to the marketing floor. Once you arrive, you'll want to talk to Ellis Ortiz. He's the receptionist there and will be happy to help you.
You thought I'd be not streaming soon. I already took a week off. Didn't you notice?
Welcome to Infinity LTD's marketing department. Desi notified me that you were on your way. If you just have a seat, I can notify Miss Hart that you've arrived. Excuse me.
Not at all.
I'll go notify Miss Hart that you're here. Feel free to use any of the facilities on the floor while you wait.
Why would Facebook tell you if I'm not streaming?
You are our guest.
Catherine, thank you for liking. I get up there.
Well, don't look at me. If you want someone to blame, I blame Lucas.
This better not be more revenge for losing that quantum deal. I hate to say it, but I have to cancel with Skylar. I am completely unprepared.
Oh, here's a way up. These pants are tight. Yeah, I bet, eh? That outfit? Neon dancer outfit. Okay, now that I'm trespassing, guess we'll save. Hey, look at that cool outfit. Maybe I can even do that.
Oh, not there. Okay, how about here?
Timothy,
That feels
thank
good.
you for sharing. Much appreciated. There's Timothy. We're just getting asked about there earlier.
You are our guest.
Doing like some super spy and James Bond kind of stuff. Person right there. Ooh. You've been away. Demolition Man, the outfit. Yeah, well, that's what I was just saying, is maybe you were away for after the as of Thanksgiving, you know? I guess I was correct in that. Alright, so that one doesn't look like it's being used. Well, welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
How do I close the door? There. Steal his whiskey. Oh, you're still away. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice of you to pop in. Maverick was trying to tell everybody that you're, maybe you're hurt or something. Maybe they'll suspect a thing when I steal their credit. Pick. There's no 4-point ones that can use, but this one is. This one's good to use because it's not in the other one. All is good. Well, that's good. Well, I hope you're having a nice time and not a bad time. What's this one? Guess it's alright. That one's pretty good. A sniper rifle looks like, eh? Pile of books over here. All them juicy notebooks. Ah, it's pretty good. Hmm. Got lots accomplished and all that stuff. Alright, how do we get out of here? Save.
You are our guest.
You are our guest. Zam, thank you for liking. Exit out of here, eh? I gotta find my way on there. Is it? It's from Bob and Doug McKenzie. Maybe I can go in here, eh? Ah, crap. Right. Oh, you're saying right to the Bob and Doug McKenzie? They use that manipulator thing, maybe. Those two that you just hear, they do the voices of the two moose and Brother Bear 1 and 2. That's right. There you go.
The elevator should accept your ID card now, although you'll be restricted to the marketing floor.
There's got to be another way down, I guess. There's nothing sneaky and suspicious about that. The Great White North. Looks like it's going up. Birds everywhere. The stairs would freak you out. This place is easier than Ryujin was. Holy crap.
What a nice night for an evening, huh?
Yeah, I was wondering where that sound effect is. There it is.
Hey, over here!
Oh, good
Hey,
going.
over here for donuts! Don't listen to him, eh? He's a hoser.
I don't know if these turrets, when they're not active, we gotta go the other side. Are there any straight across ones? That was not used anywhere. But there. Oh yeah, no, that won't work. Guess that didn't work. This level is close to Mass Effect, kind of, eh? Even detect me. I guess because she saw me for half a second there. Gotta pop in again if I get the chance, but I'll definitely be back either Sunday or Monday. Okay. Well, have a good time, whatever you're doing.
Oh, not there. Okay, how about here? Ooh, that feels good.
Yeah, I'll just check out this way first.
You are our guest.
Both that way. What's over here?
My patience has run out. You're trespassing. I'm calling security. I can't do this.
Not the way anyway. Although, was that the same room? No, because she was upstairs a little bit. Oh! Try this way. Guess we gotta load. Can kind of do it. the other entrance, I guess. Oops. I didn't mean to steal the thing. I was trying to manipulate the person. I wonder if you have to do that. Ask them to marry you. I have manipulation. I'm a noob at using it though. Didn't seem to matter what, eh? I want to see if you can get out of there cleanly. Pickle Rick! Somewhere I can put her where see me?
My patience has run out.
I told you to go over there. Doesn't work very good. Maybe I should put her in this corner. I sneaky, I'm trying to. It's a bit of a weird alarm when you open that thing up, though.
The hell was that? Getting jumpy. Too much coffee.
Ninja. I'm a terrible ninja. Oh, I tell ya. Need like a smoke cloud. Gotta think like Batman. I know. I looked in the roof though.
This isn't worth it!
Oh, jeez, it scared me. This is a sneaking costume. Load. Sometimes there's only one person there.
I'm out of here!
I wonder if it's possible to do this without conflicting with them. Because it sets off that alarm, you know? Or if there's a way to do it without setting off the alarm.
I can't do this!
I don't think there is. If I'm here, I can't play. Look for the fire alarm. Maybe, eh? Oh. There's another door on the other side there.
This is hopeless! You made a big mistake! This isn't worth it!
It looks even worse on that side. Like 3 guards right there. Although I don't think I can get back out of the elevator. Well, that took 2 seconds to get discovered.
I'm not taking a bullet for this company.
There's gotta be a way. I can't remember if I came in from the left or right. I came in from the other side. Any vents around? Yeah, you'd hope some are around, eh? Otherwise, it could have dropped right into this room with a vent. There's one there. Maybe I'll try that. Gotta wait for her to leave, though. Oh, crap. Oh, I don't want to go to those. I've already manipulated her, though. Ah, there's no Oh, you can't turn it off. I should have turned it off beforehand, I guess. So that's the one where I'm at the thing. I don't think I have it at this point. Yeah, it wasn't that far back. Yeah, crap. Did I do it? Well, that wasn't much of an exit. There's a laser there?
This is your last warning. Leave now.
Vent guard. It may pop out if the laser is used on it. Oh, you can, as long as it doesn't fail right away. No, I didn't know that. There's got to be a different way into the room. Yeah, probably. It seemed like the easiest way, though. Although I think I went down a big elevator shaft, but... You're on the same mission? Did you get in the same way? Oh, you haven't gone in yet. Oh, well, now you go one way, I guess. But there's probably multiple ways. You're going in through the roof.
If all goes well, maybe I'll be seeing you around more often.
Maybe.
The Terran Preservation Society's coveted Earth.
Got my suit back on. Mucus mucus? No, I didn't hear about that.
We're close to the action here in New Atlantis. Prime position to report on the big stories that affect the United Colonies. Can I help you? Well, I'll be the judge of that. What's this so-called story about? Corporate greed claims victims once more. And you have evidence to support this claim. If a story doesn't pass a basic fact check, it doesn't air. Simple as that. It's our duty as a news network to maintain a
McCuss?
level of trust with our listeners.
I've never heard of that.
Good. The less investigation we need to put into this, the faster I can prepare the broadcast. I don't suppose you want to tell me how you got this evidence. Well, obviously the truth is what matters most. But oftentimes,
Oh, I'm not gonna do that.
substantiate the evidence. We have a
You
reputation to
ask
uphold as a
Google
news
yourself.
network. I'm sure you can understand that. Of course. I just hope your source is as reliable as you think they are. Is there at least a name I can cite as my source? Why am I not surprised? As long as the evidence is adequate and verifiable, I expect it'll be aired within the hour, if not sooner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I obviously have some work to do.
If you have a news story for me, I'm very. You talk and get paid. I spread the news. It's a class. Hope to see you again.
I think my ship's gone again. How much ship is there? For some reason, it had no travel icon on it, so I thought it disappeared again. We're gonna take off to the Great White North. How did you find something on a blogger? You don't read?
Retro's firing. Orbit stabilized.
Look at the Mavericky.
Grav drive spinning. Systems clear.
Approaching ship, you entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband.
A famous vlogger here named Mr. Nobody Duddy. I never heard of him. Chris, thank you for liking. Excuse me. Ugh. Find him in Facebook. I to sell that stolen stuff, eh?
Need something? You got the money. Or the goods.
You got the money. I can get myself a long-barreled suppressed rifle, it looks like. Well, that's $7,000. I'll have to evaluate that one for a second. Do a buyback. Other gun. All right, so 165 damage, 30% bonus. Randomly deals corrosive. Pretty good. Versus 215, 30% damage. So I don't really need this one. But does kick rocks? Yeah, Maverick doesn't know what that means. He's English second language. He's never heard that term. Did I pick up anything else that was worth selling or whatever? Lots of crap, eh? Look at all the crap. I can get rid of that or drink it. Drink it. It's not really a bad word, no.
All right, buzz off. I'm busy.
Probably get some bonus XP for completing the mission, though. We'll drink some tea. You like tea? Tranquility? You know what I found was really good, and I never had it really till I had a cold earlier this year. There was Starbucks having the citrus mint tea. That's really good. I looked up on the internet good Starbucks tea when you're sick, and I quite like the flavor of it too. You know, the citrus is supposed to be good for you. The mint, you know, has that cooling.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Alrighty then. Going up to the top. When you're sick, you just want to sleep. You know the guards here, eh?
I've yet to hear anything of note on SSNN. Let's hear your report. Good. David won't be able to resist a story like this. He'll do some preliminary confirmations, which will be enough to get the broadcast out to the public. And how did the neuroamp perform? I thought it would be. So now
I
it's
only
up
really
you
had to
and
use the
Dave
Narrow
and
app a
SSNN
couple
to break
times,
the
eh?
news. Once the story airs, we have another board meeting scheduled to decide how to handle Infinity. Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
Infinity Ltd. and Lucas Drexler are currently under investigation for a number of violations, including
Oh, I thought it'd be on TV somewhere.
unauthorized human trials and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed.
Let's have a peekaboo here. Watching the TV. You like Calamine? Just radio. Yeah. Too bad, eh? Clock wasn't too bad, actually.
Based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself and the competitor have yet to be confirmed. This has been David Barron for SSNN.
Perfect. This exposure puts Infinity right where we want them. The meeting will begin momentarily, but I want you to discuss the options we have with the other members. Infinity's net worth is about to hit rock bottom, so this gives us the opportunity to win a little more public faith. Infinity is about to crumble before the eyes of the public. They employ thousands of people, and those thousands of people are now worried about their jobs. That's where we come in. First, we'll issue a public statement expressing disgust at their leadership. But
look at this plan, eh?
the innocent workers. That's when we offer to acquire them. Quite right. The truth is, we'll be making evaluations. We'll shed any employees who don't make the cut, slowly but surely. By incorporating Infinity, we eliminate a competitor, get their best employees and contracts, and all while boosting our public perception. We've already done some initial evaluations, so I'm certain of it.
They're ruthless.
Infinity has a lot of appeal.
They're like Microsoft, eh, or something.
I'm sure plenty of brilliant minds are there because they prefer the location. Plus, there's always that handful of people that think they've got something to prove by not working for Ryujin. As if other corporations are really any better. I'm glad we're on the same page. Which is why I'd like you to talk to the board to convince them this is the right move. There are several who might disagree, and you have the perfect tool to help sway them. Yes, that's exactly what it's designed for. The bright side being, they'll never know. Good. You'll find most of the board.
I got a manipulator microchip in me.
Is also here, waiting for the meeting to start. We'll need at least 50% of the vote to go our way. In the event of a tie, I will make the final decision. I trust you'll get it done.
We got the extra XP, I think. Gotta save often. Don't want to hear those speeches again. And she probably doesn't realize that she gave me a bonus. Although she's probably got cameras everywhere too.
In the name of the law.
Crap.
Hold her right there. You're under arrest.
What the heck?
You know, I can just tell you've got no contraband. Let's head to the station, though.
Dang it. I lost $3,600 for $1,000. I was hidden when I broke into that safe, though.
Operation run by Marcus Extract.
pirates expected easy prey, but instead they found
What's staring?
Sophistication and space. Gilby,
the one that
where your credits work for you.
It's like the absolute longest way. I should sell that contraband.
If it's too hot to... You need to move some merch. Now we're getting somewhere. If you, find anything else?
I don't know why I needed to pay $3,600. I mean, I only had that money on me, and they took it. Their meeting was waiting for me. I'm sitting here waiting on some couch. Hey, I wonder what Stephanie answered in the poll. Did Stephanie say what she answered? I imagine she likes Taylor Swift, right?
Yeah, what? This better not be a waste of my time. Yes, let's.
I still only got $30.
Done here?
All right, so I did 35 hours. That'd be 40 hours. There, is that right? Probably there. What's your favorite Taylor Swift song, Stephanie? Are you a Swiftie? Did you become a football fan recently? That's what Swifties do, you know.
Yeah, what? Need
That
something?
guy scared me.
Always happy to take your money.
Only got $44.
You done here?
Oh, the crap he dropped.
You need to move some merch. This is the place. If it's too hot to handle, we can take it off your hands. Then here I thought you were just wasting my time.
He's finally got some dough, yo. We're never getting back together. Is that like older Taylor Swift, isn't it? Hmm. So, what team are you supposed to cheer for as a Swiftie? Do you know? For internal near ramp 1, yes. So I gotta vote, I guess.
Hey there. And how's my favorite patient doing? Not seeing any temporal memory flashes or losing time, I hope. What? No, of course not. They're purely theoretical. That's great. I'd say Project Dominion is ready for legitimate human trials in that case. One step closer to seeing market approval. Genevieve is going to be so excited. So, tell me what you think of the neuroamp. Well, not the most extensive feedback I've ever heard, but at least it sounds like it's working. So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity Ltd be? I'd like to acquire them, although it won't break my heart if we don't. Faye may have stepped over a line in her attempt to replicate my work, but she's a brilliant engineer. I'm very curious to see what else she may have been working on and dig into her research. Exactly. Not that I want to gloat over it. Maybe just a little. Okay, so DeMarcus and I have really been looking forward to it, so fingers crossed this deal goes through. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right? See you in there.
I mean, it doesn't matter really if there's neuroamps out there. This guy, what do you think?
Is Masako checking up on me to make sure I'm on her side? Because that's what I do. You want something in this business? You don't pull any punches. The only real question is just how persuasive she asked you to be. Well, you can let Masako know to rest easy. It just so happens that her agenda lines up with mine. We just need to grab Infinity Ltd while it's got the public's full attention. I'm all about free PR, especially when it's painting us in a good light. The only downsides are the unknowns. Lyndon and Alexis are gonna have a lot on their hands. Not that I'm getting off easy. Whatever they find, if it hits the public, that's gonna fall on my shoulders too. Infinity is that sad company in distress with thousands of employees terrified of their futures right now. We are the warm embrace of security coming to rescue them. I'm sure I can squeeze enough goodwill out of this to last us at least a year. The consumer is our lifeblood, so capturing their wants and desires, of course, it's all I care about. I'm sure I wouldn't be in this position today if it wasn't. All right, I suppose you've earned the right to voice your opinion after everything you've done, qualified or not. So let's hear it. Of course, which is why I know it requires some very delicate handling. But unlike Alexis, I believe we can get the proper restrictions and regulations in place to have a marketable product. We do it every day with weapons we arm ourselves and our ships with. Don't I know it? I think Alexis and I are truly going to have our work cut out for one another. We'll discuss security ramifications.
You are Hey, Damon.
Sure, there are
Thank you for
alterations,
liking.
safety nets, if you will, that we'll need from Vina. It's sure to be quite the undertaking. Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative. Good talk. Maybe I'll even consult you on future endeavors.
All right, we did another one. Probably don't really need to save. Most of them probably are pro their company.
So much work to do. Well, if it isn't my favorite operative, something I can help you with? You heard correct. I've every reason to believe that Infinity Ltd. Is the Pandora's box of corporations. I can guarantee that Infinity Ltd. Was up to more than just the current charges. The process of finding and following up on all those threads won't be easy. I refuse to be blindsided by another corporation's past, so this is going to take a lot of time and patience. All right, I could use the entertainment. Tell me why Infinity is a good asset. Point taken. Huh. Well, what do you know? I think you just convinced
You don't
me.
give toilet.
Talent like yours belongs in the
Don't listen to Taylor Swift's music by choice, but you like her. Gotta give her props. She's like Madonna of the current age, eh?
Unfortunately, half my department's been poring over documentation, while the other half is writing up what legal guidance they can. Nice to know someone is. Everyone's too busy praising its completion to think about the dangers it could represent. First off, if I find out you used that device on me, I will tie you up in court on whatever charges I can conjure for the rest of your
I did use the device.
Second, that tech is one major human rights violation that no legal team wants to fight. I'll do whatever I can to make sure it's either severely delayed or collects dust in storage. Tech like this only has good applications when you have complete control over who uses it. Once that tech hits a market, open or private,
True Lady Gaga or Pink.
and not only that, The tech
I was just
itself
thinking
can be
from the
advanced or modified by anyone who might get their hands on it.
perspective of just the incredible fandom.
In an ideal situation, yes. And I suppose creating that ideal situation is what
You are our guest.
Chris, thank you for liking.
Now you've made it sound like a proper challenge that I can't help but accept. Masako is lucky to have you at her disposal, you know? You may be the greatest asset, aside from the internal neuroamp, that Ryujin has. This exchange has been surprisingly insightful, but now I really do need to get back to my notes.
You'd say she's like the current Reba McEntire. Oh. Who's next to talk to?
This meeting should prove to be very interesting. I assume Masako briefed you on her preferred outcome. That's because you're the one with the tool to do it. As long as Masako has the internal neuroamp on her side, she can't lose. If it were up to me, I'd have shut down Project Dominion a long time ago. I knew it was a grave security risk, and look what happened. It's not often, but yes. And I'm not the only board member that initially voted against moving forward with the research.
You liked Reba as a singer and an actress. I remember her show.
Completely. I understand the success it can bring for the corporation, but my only concern here is security. It's not that the board majority fails to see the dangers. It's that they believe we can overcome them. That hubris could easily bring this corporation down one day. I only hope it won't be on my watch.
Dolly Parton too, eh? Looks like Walter White. I don't know, kind of in a really far off way, I guess. I mean, he's got the little beard and shaved head. The Rock also does that too.
I suppose you're right. As long as I'm fully aware of the risks, I can properly account for them. My first priority will be to get the board and all security members set up with shielding as soon as possible. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity Ltd, we're about to add a significant workload onto my team. The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents this new neuroamp might cause. Well, the timing could be better, but I don't feel strongly one way or another about the acquisition. We've gone through our fair share in the past, and this one would be no different. If Masako wishes to bring Infinity into the fold, I will not stand against it. I imagine we're looking at months of work. Infinity Ltd is obviously not known for their security. I only hope that Masako and the others will be patient with the process. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some preparations to make. We'll be announcing Ularu's termination of employment at this meeting, so I need to have security ready to escort her off the premises.
I'm glad we're making an effort in our appearance today.
Just the person I wanted to see. I want to get all the details locked down for this meeting, and I believe you to be one of the best sources available. I doubt that. But moving on. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity LTD throughout your assignments here. Do you think they're worth redemption? And why? You can tell a lot by just looking at a workspace or simply observing a person in their business environment. Perhaps I mistakenly assumed that as an operative here, observation was a talent of yours. Saving the jobs of thousands is altruistic, which is not a luxury corporations have. It's a financial burden. It would be a huge undertaking on my part. Perhaps I wanted to see if I could be convinced otherwise. It's easy to say, it's the right thing to do for someone in your position. But for me, Infinity LTD is a huge financial unknown. It's high risk versus mediocre reward. That is a plea more well spent on Genevieve or Alexis. I prefer to focus on the numbers and leave emotions out of my decision-making. This is true. Infinity never had the financial resources to match our salary offers. Getting what few capable employees they have at half the salary we typically pay here could have major payoffs.
Dry interaction.
Next question. What is your opinion on how Masako handled the mole situation? Any insight into what made it successful? Maintaining one's reason in a time of panic speaks volumes about a person's capabilities.
This is a robot. He
I
might be.
appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if there's anything I can do for you, considering how helpful you've been. It's the next big step for Ryujin Industries. Financially, it'll keep us secure for years to come. There's no doubt it's our future. This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
I was hoping he'd offer me money. He's an AI. What you buying? What you selling?
Did Masako send you to try and convince me to acquire Infinity LTD? I think we both know that's not going to work. Our public perception is good enough. If you ask me, reaching out to save Infinity just makes us look weak. The internal neuroamp gives us the power to crush our competitors, not take them under our wing. This is exactly why Masako's time as CEO is finished. overlook your poorly educated statement. For now. Throwing your competitor a lifeline when they're about to crash and burn hardly seems wise. The corporate world will hear SSNN's story and believe Ryujin exposed Infinity because they stole from us. It sends a strong message. But acquiring Infinity could be interpreted as a safety net. Infinity tried to screw us over, yet they still survived. We need to be sending a much stronger message. If you mess with Ryujin, we'll shut you down. Period. Well, it does make Ryujin look good. And we do gain a wider customer base, which means higher profits. You're oddly right about this one, Op. I guess you are worth keeping around. As long as everyone has Ryujin's best interests in mind, this should make for an interesting meeting. You and me both. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a lot of preparations to make.
I didn't even have to suggest to her about the internal app. Although you'd think none of them would trust me at all. Time to save again. Everybody's favorite part on a Bethesda game. Save, save, save.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
I thought you were talking about wanting the company or something.
All right, everyone. As you all know, we've successfully exposed Infinity Ltd's botched human trials and murder for hire through SSNN. The public is demanding their leadership, namely Lucas Drexler, face trial, and he's probably writing his resignation as we speak. Ryujin will be launching a statement, but I believe now is the perfect time to acquire Infinity Ltd.
Believe it or not, I agree. The acquisition has risks, and it's going to create a lot of work for all of us. But the overall payoff will be worth it.
That and Infinity Ltd's current situation makes them more affordable than ever.
Arguments? None? Excellent. Moving on, then.
I think what we're all overlooking is what led us to this situation to begin with. Yes, our security was compromised. But considering Dalton was hired by Masako, the issue obviously starts at the top. In fact, I propose that Masako be removed from CEO altogether.
Ularu, this isn't a line you want to cross.
And considering you're the mole, if anyone's going to be removed from power, it's going to be you.
You could have did a little better camera work.
Are you saying you lied to us?
Dalton, the last meeting we had, you distinctly said Imogene was the mole, and she'd been dealt with.
Do you even have any proof to back up this outrageous claim?
Of course we do. The malicious code you
I really think that's great.
to upload incriminating evidence against Masako onto Lucas Drexler's computer.
To put it bluntly, Ularu, you're fired. Security will hold you in your office until a proper exit interview can be done.
This isn't right. I should at least have the opportunity to resign.
And allow you to still be marketable to a competitor? I don't think so. This may be news to me, and I will be reviewing the evidence closely. But this isn't something you just get to walk away from.
Security, escort Miss Chen to her office.
I gotta get my little jab in there.
Stays put.
You'll regret this. All of you.
I believe the only regret would be trusting you to begin with.
All right, back to business. All in favor of acquiring Infinity Ltd?
Aye.
Good. Alexis, start drawing up the necessary documentation. Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up? If there's nothing else, this meeting is concluded. I'll be following up with a few of you shortly.
If only there were more hours in the day.
I'm glad we're making an effort in our appearance today.
So, Infinity Ltd learned a lesson the hard way, and we exposed the traitor among us. You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin. It's well earned and deserved. I truly appreciate the work you put into exposing Ularu. No operative has ever had to investigate our own to the extent that you did. I can imagine it may have been a lot of pressure, considering you were fairly new at the time. Not often, and certainly not to this degree. We have the occasional employee consider selling information, but thanks to our security and operations teams, we always catch them before any damage can be done. This was the first time anyone from either department was involved. My thought exactly. Imogene's instincts were right about you. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope you'll find it appropriate for all you've done. And I'm promoting you to senior operative.
Oh, senior operative.
As for the details, I think someone back on the operations floor would prefer to explain those to you.
Achievement! There now we can talk to Imogene. Back of the head. What are you talking about, Scott?
Changing times, huh? I guess I have a few press releases to work on.
What do you mean? What'd you miss on? You didn't miss anything. They're talking like this. And then they fired the one lady and promoted me to a senior operative. And they'll go ahead with their internal amp thing and
Hey there. Something you need? What's not news today? Imogene exonerated? Ularu off the board for trying to set up both Imogene and Masako? Last mistake she'll ever make. Masako will make sure of that.
What is it?
You've certainly shaken things up around here. I still can't believe Ularu tried to frame me. An obvious misjudgment on my part. But now that's all in the past. It's time to get back to your typical day-to-day. Of course. If you think anyone here believes in downtime, forget it. It's nice to see your recent experiences haven't soured you on the company. Now, since you are new, you've been dealing with people, but most of our assignments are generated on the mission board. The board holds any available assignments that our techs have pieced together, and I've approved. Questions? Nothing you aren't already familiar with. You experienced the majority of what we do here during your training, if you recall. Uploading a few files, manipulating a narrative or two, obtaining schematics, it's just more of the same. No, but try to see that as an improvement, since I certainly do. The mission board is more efficient for both of us. I wish. Assignment approval isn't exactly riveting work. With your promotion, you've earned yourself an office, so whenever you're ready, you can find your own personal mission board inside.
Ooh, I got an office.
And the best perk of them all, you're free to make your own hours. Oh, and congratulations, of course. No, only within the tower. The security risk would be far too much to allow access to that data in a public space. At this point, I wouldn't doubt it. Go check out the board, and if you have any questions, I suppose I can start up an open door policy. Just for you.
He is a bit cooler than the other romantic interests. See what's on this mission board. We'll take all the missions. This my office? There we go. We got all the stuff. Oh, we got a gun over here. Everything. Well, bedtime. Think a perfect spot to end. Although we'll have to do that other guy's mission. The tablet mission. I don't remember what it's called. Do that one next time. Yes, thank you. And thank you for whatever role you played today. Those who shared, much appreciated, liked, chatted, participated in the poll. Don't forget to check out my YouTube. Link is in the video description. There is an Assassin's Creed fight in there is the most recent video, I think. Scott, Stephanie, Walter, Damon are our most recent chatters. Whoever else, if you're still around, thank you so much. Do you like Taylor Swift? 71% said yes. And there you go. So thanks again. Have a good night.